Welcome everybody to Brothers and Booze.
Top.
Yeah, got the fancy top on. Not me.
Spinning over here.
I'm just sporting the bald like I normally do. So yeah, we got a pretty good lineup. I picked 3 beers, and the beers I picked just happened to all have vanilla in them in some way. So that was totally unintentional. So I had an unintentional theme. So how about that? I'm usually a theme guy. This was just totally unintentional. But what I'm going to start with tonight, we're going to jump right in as we usually do, is I'm going to pick something from a beer brewery that's much more famous for their IPAs, Fiddlehead out of Vermont. This one is called Hodad. So it's got
Fiddlehead. Okay.
Fiddlehead Brewery. Yep, out of Vermont. This is a chocolate vanilla toasted coconut porter. 5.5% ABV. So there's a whole story on it, which that's a little long to read, so I'm not going to get into all that. Basically, it's like saying some guy came into Vermont when it was snowy and used his surfboard to surf down the slopes. So,
okay.
All right. Toasted coconut on the nose there before I pour it. Let's see what this looks like coming out. That's what she said.
I don't see their beers on their website. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah. So this is so it's just a weird can, but it's interesting. Fiddlehead, I don't know if you know what fiddleheads are. They're kind of veggie that grows wild, like ramps, and you can harvest them and cook them and all that stuff. They're really delicious.
Okay.
I don't know if they're more popular in Vermont or what, but so what's interesting on this is, they're saying it's a chocolate vanilla toasted coconut porter. And I'm getting the toasted with a little bit of coconut, but the roasty porter nose is actually more prominent than any of the other stuff they say it's in here. So let's see how this tastes. Okay, so really good layering. Starts off with the vanilla, but really light. Then the chocolate, really smooth chocolate, and then all the toasty coconut comes in, and then the roasty porter right at the end, all right in a row. Like really, really well balanced. Balance isn't the right word because there's layers to it. It's not like it's all there in one as you're drinking it. So I don't know. This is. Like I said, the nose was misleading. The nose was just kind of roasty with a little toasted notes to it. But
sounds very nice.
Yeah. So what are you opening up over there?
We have one that everybody should recognize here. Let's throw it up here.
Yeah.
Maduro.
Classic,
widely distributed. I'm sure most people who are watching this now have had this one. Aromas reminiscent of coffee, chocolate macaroons. Yeah, okay. English brown ale, sweet chocolate. This one's available all year round, isn't it?
Yeah, I get this up here. So it's a pretty common one. I think that's kind of their flagship, isn't it? That and High Lie.
Oh, the High Lie for sure. Which I don't know. It's a solid IPA. It's not anything that I get really over crazy with. I don't think anybody does. I do get crazy over this one though.
White Oak. Oh,
is a fantastic fucking beer.
I've never even seen that.
This. Yeah, this is I had it down at the Home Dad Con in Orlando last year, and I don't know, someone gave it to me. Someone's like, I know you're gonna like this. This is special, blah blah blah, and I loved it. Yeah, the White Oak took a little bit of the IP out of it, but it was just so delicious. I even went on this is like last year. I went in a group and started singing that Havana Una Nana song because
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it was. I was celebrating how good that beer was down there. But This one is everything is advertised. It's a little more roasty and chocolate than I remember, actually, which is not a bad thing. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
It really drinks like a porter, in my opinion. It drinks a little bit, a little bit heavy and roasty, like big roast.
Yeah, it's only like, I mean, it's 5.5, which isn't heavy on the booze content.
No, but it's definitely again really much like a porter, but much darker than a porter. So yeah, if it's a porter and it's porterish, then it's definitely my style. And this is one, like you said, you can get around all year round. I'm pretty sure all of us has this at this point, since Cigar City has they partner up with another couple breweries, and now their distribution is bigger and wider than it's ever been.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I thought I remember hearing that they were maybe getting bought out by one of the bigger groups, but
they were, and then they went like this to that deal and took a deal where they had a partnership.
Okay.
So there was something going on there, but they are still independent from what I know. And does it say on here? Or maybe
good.
Well, if they're not independent, they are. Some of these they're not. If you're clumped up with another craft brewery, I think you might lose your independence. But for me, you won't. For me, you don't personally, because again, you're just trying to survive.
It's like a technicality that you lose it, but
yeah, you're just trying to survive. You're not big beer. You're not trying to prey on anybody else. You know how big beer works, or some of them up there. Anyway, yeah. So this is a good one.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's that and ILI. I think are their two most popular ones, and I can get both of them here in upstate New York, and they're in Florida. So
yeah. So let me jump in, Doug. I've been sick the past 2 weeks. You saw last week's show. I was drinking brandy.
Yeah.
So to get through that one, and it was my birthday this week. We have all these holidays, and I have been unable to get together our second part of our year in review. But we will absolutely, positively hold me to it, do it next year. But I'm going to give you a little teaser of that. And part of that is our friend. Let's talk about our friend Afro Beer Trip.
Yeah, man.
One of the funnest shows that we had last year, hands down. I don't remember laughing so much.
Oh man, that was so much
fun. Show.
And she schooled us on the food elements with the beer. That was great.
Food elements in the beer, and then even afterwards, just the reaction to her coming on and talking about porters and the blasphemous way that she did, and it was fantastic. So a little update for people who don't follow her, or again, it's been the holidays has just been a blur. In fact, I remember when we were talking about the holidays just starting and how do you get through them and all that, and now we're through them. So it's like during all that, apparently Afro Beer Chick found a porter.
Yeah.
You remember which one it was? It's been a blur for me.
Yeah, I cannot remember exactly, but I'm sure I can locate it.
It was
I remember. Was that?
Wasn't it a peanut butter porter?
Yes, it was a peanut butter porter of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah, there she is. And I
so
just
for people who didn't for real quick, Doug, for people who missed it, she came on the show and basically said that she's never found a porter that she liked, and she started calling the style quote brown water porters because she just felt that they were thin and watery and just not her thing. And she's a big stout lady. She loves the big stout. She loves the bourbon stout. She loves I believe she loves the diabetes stout. She loves the imperial ones. She's just stout all over the place, and we're stout all over the place too. So that's why we had kind of a misconnection. Like, hey, you should be down with the porters, lady. What's up? But it just wasn't so.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
she absolutely found one. So go down.
So the one she found was from Saugatuck Brewing. I'm not exactly sure where they're from, but it was a peanut butter porter. So just that.
Michigan, Saugatuck. Let's see, Western Michigan, really close to the lake, Doug. If you remember, they're one of the ones that started the Neapolitan pizza.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry, Neapolitan stout is what it was.
Yeah.
I think me and you, didn't I have that one, or we talked about it, or something?
I have one from Rohrback.
Right. Okay. And then I told you about the one that Sagatuck won in the Midwest here. That one is like they came out with that, and then they came out with it on nitro, Doug,
Ooh,
and it
that I
was
would
so
totally be down
smooth
to
and
try.
sweet. Yeah. Oh, you would love that. But so they're a regionally kind of well known brewery. So when she said that, and I saw it, I was like, oh, that makes sense because Sagatuck does good flavored stouts, and they do good flavored porters, obviously, because they got Afro Beer Jack.
So welcome to the party, Afro Beer Chick.
Yes,
Welcome to our
yes.
crowd.
And I
Yay.
think the thing about it though, I think she's had some great ones though in between here too. So we're gonna
Yeah.
have to get her on and be like, look, did you have Great Lakes, Ella Fitzgerald, and you didn't like it? We're gonna have
Like
issues.
Edmund
So
Fitzgerald or the Ella Fitzgerald?
the yeah,
You said Ella, but that's
yeah, I
okay.
always say Ella.
We love Ella too.
Yeah, we do. She needs her own damn beer too, by the way.
There has to have been somebody who made an Ella Fitzgerald beer. There really
and
has.
if not, we gotta work on that. But yes, Edmund Fitzgerald or a couple ones around here are great. So that's a little update. That was fun. We definitely have to have her on early next year to talk about that.
I mean, the one I had was, I don't know if she would dig. It definitely wasn't thin, but it wasn't thick like a stout. So it might be something where she'd be like,
But her perception, in my opinion, of porters is that they're too thin, and for us, that's pretty good. So like, if it, you know what I mean, I think her scale is like more. She's more closer to the line of like this is like I think she likes chewy. Like she's gonna have to like. I think she would like this one.
Yeah.
As long as it's a brown ale. But if I told her that this was a porter, I don't think she would like it.
What I think is funny is like what she envisions porters is what I envisioned as brown ales. And she called it a brown water, which is like why it sticks in my head.
I feel
like brown ales like are like a pretty specific, and I think we've talked about this before, where it's like here's your note. That's your brown ale. That's what it should be. You might be able to put coffee in or something like that, but deviation is not a big thing for brown ales for me.
Chocolate. This one is chocolate.
I'm surprised because I don't remember it being chocolatey.
Yeah.
Like a little hint of chocolate, but not.
Yeah, we're bringing out the roast on this one. Oh, this is old.
What? Is it old?
This is old.
Oh, geez. So was it in your house, or did you go? Was it somebody pick it up, or what? Or do you remember?
Old. I'm not sure. No, it's been in there for a while, but my fridge is not. My fridge is younger than this can.
All right, so the Fiddlehead one here that I got was
it's not bad though. This ain't bad.
No, it's Chill's looking at it. I think it says 10 of 19. The 19 is at the front. They did a weird numbering system on it. Oh, that's
October 27th, 2019.
All right. So according to my wife, this was October 27th, 2019. That is over a year old, Greg. Jesus. But the thing is that I don't think that's not necessarily a bad thing for a brown ale.
No,
like,
but
it's not like an IPA or something.
It's probably the reason why the chocolate is so pronounced and the roast is so pronounced.
It probably came way more to the fore, yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about this, and we were also talking about this being 20 IBUs, which is kind of high.
Yeah.
And so all that fell out.
Yeah.
So then there's no balance to this. So I don't know. I liked it. It appears more like a chocolate porter. So cheers. Look at that, man. We drink old beer. So
that's okay. We do that sometimes. Sometimes that works. Sometimes that doesn't.
So now we got another one here. Let's
all right.
see.
Okay.
All
right. Well, that's this year at least.
That's
yeah, that's the one I sent you.
All right. Let's see this one.
Through completely legal means.
Hey, you know what, Doug? We should do this before the show. I fucking love doing shit live, man. You can't edit anything out.
Yeah, that's the best part. I am really looking forward to seeing what you think of this, because this was probably my favorite beer I had all year. Was the chocolate milkshake one.
Oh, okay. I believe you're up next, though, right?
Yep. So what I'm going to go into next is one that I stumbled into, and the name of it actually grabbed me, and then I realized that it was a collaboration. So this is Speyside Cacao, Cocoa, whatever you want to pronounce it. The reason it's a Speyside is I have a real affinity for Scotland and Scottish stuff, and especially Scotch. So this is a collaboration between Dugas and Stillwater. So this is a whiskey barrel aged chocolate stout with brewed with cacao, coconut, and vanilla. Obviously, the vanilla theme keeps running. Now, the interesting thing, I grabbed this not knowing, and then I looked at it before the show, and it's 14% ABV. So this is gonna be an interesting go. Good luck finding that.
Right. Oh, there's a porter there.
Yeah. Now where I went, they have a couple of beers from them, and so I mean, I can get more of their stuff. I just never.
Really, you can get more. You should get more of this.
Yeah, I can get more of this. So if you want anything specific, I'll see if they have them. I don't know if they have all of them, obviously.
Ooh.
They're called Fudge.
Ooh.
Oh. Coffee Vanilla Deluxe Fudge.
Mm-hmm. Red wine.
Oh. This is like a chocolate bar smell. Like if it was a melted Hershey bar.
What's it called again?
It's called Speyside Cacao, CAO, Cocoa. There it is.
Yes.
There it is. That's it. Now here's the thing. That one says 12.5. Mine says 14. Now the thing is, it's like it's Stillwater artisanal, made a flavored beer inspired by everyone's favorite candy. We made a chocolate bar in a bottle. It certainly smells like that.
Wow.
Then we aged that beer in Speyside whiskey barrels. So Speyside is a region of Scotland, and they have a certain flavor of Scotch they make there. So,
do we have a date on that? Yeah, because this is for the first batch. Release date 2017. You probably got a later date.
Yeah, this is like I don't see a date on it, but
it's later than that, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I think the ABV is off here. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it was a different batch.
Yeah, it doesn't say the date on it at all.
Look, and then it says here it's a one-time brew.
Also, so I have to.
They probably did it they probably do like one-offs.
Yeah. So I have to apologize. This one actually is not. The Duggins is not a Scottish one. It is a Swedish brewery, but they age it in Speyside barrels from Scotland.
Gotcha. Wow.
This smells like just a chocolate bar. It really does. Just chocolate. It like smells super sweet. Really yummy.
Man, chocolate is the theme tonight.
That is so good.
Really?
Like it is so chocolatey, and like the whiskey notes from this barrels just like blends with it perfectly. It's a whiskey chocolate bar.
Perfectly balanced?
I think so.
Wow.
And this to my wife because she's gonna fucking love this.
So what does it drink? It doesn't drink 14, does it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's boozy. Don't get me wrong. But
right. And then where are we at with the sweetness? Is it overly sweet or is it?
No, it's not. It's not like that creme brulee.
Right.
It's not like Southern Tier Sweet. It's close.
Right.
But the Speyside barrel whiskey flavor just really kind of tamp that down just enough that you get the boozy flavor and you also get that chocolate, and it's surprisingly drinkable. Like I was expecting it to be really like, whoo, okay, I'd sip and let's ease it, but no, it's more drinkable than that.
Wow.
It's not chuggable. Let's not make a
right.
It's not like, man, that's crushable. No, it is not. It's one, and you're going to be good with that. But it's definitely way smoother than I anticipated.
Okay, so then give me a again. You're the cellar guy here. Is this just ready for cellar?
I got it. I think I got to go back and get another one put in my cellar.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
I really want to see what that does in my cellar.
Right, because it sounds like it's perfect now.
It's delicious now.
Right.
I might get two so that when you come here, I'm giving you one.
Yeah, or we'll drink one or something, and then you can save one for later, man. That sounds That sounds really good. That
I'm
sounds
really
like
glad
we found a good-
sometimes, Greg, you stumble into a label or a name that just hits you the right way and it actually works the fuck out.
Right. Yes. Cheers, man. That sounds great.
Man, I'm going to tell you though, 14% it's not a small beer.
Well, I'm gonna try to come close to that one here with this aromatic. Is that what you call it? Peanut butter cup.
I think it's called achromatic.
Achromatic. Yeah, there we go. Achromatic. Peanut butter cup achromatic 6. It looks like imperial stout.
Like I said, Well Works is a favorite of my brother-in-law, Aaron Schrader. So, and he gave us one of those in a bottle, in a bomber. So I've had this before, but not on the show.
Gotcha. Well Works is another one of these breweries that I never hear anybody say anything bad about.
No, they get awesome reviews, and they're not big, but everything they make is really progressive and interesting.
So, I just poured this, and I'm not really getting much head from this. That is a discussion for. We had a really in-depth discussion about this in our group about 2 years ago about how peanut butter beers have a problem with holding head. And
wonder what it is.
And there were breweries. One of our good friends, Kyle Gregorish, was in there, and he was saying, "Look, man, I can't find one. I love peanut butter beers, but it's hard to find one that consistently keeps a nice thick head on it." So,
Joe wants another sip of that one.
Okay, so achromatic. I'm not impressed, honestly, with the nose. I mean, it smells like peanut butter, but I don't know. The label's kind of saying, "Man, it's gonna knock you back. The aroma's gonna get you."
Yeah, that's
all right. Yeah.
That's they make a whole series of achromatics. Supposedly, it's the nose is what really is like kind of distinguishes it. But
what distinguishes this brew is that it's like peanut butter. It's like Reese's peanut butter cup in a glass.
Which is not a bad thing.
Little sticky, little sweet, comparable to Dangerous Man peanut butter porter. Okay. I don't know. This is supposed to be. This is 9.7. This is drinking really, really like 5%. I'm not getting a lot of. Is this a barrel aged thing here? No, just an imperial stout. Okay. Yeah, this is a sneaky one. It's nice, it's sweet, it's big, it doesn't drink boozy. It's 9.7. I'm trying to get booze out of this as far as like a boozy feel. I'm not getting anything out of that. It's just a sweet. It reminds me a lot of the diabetes stouts that come out of Southern Tier.
Yeah, all right. Well, so you've had a few of those, and you're going to have another one soon. So that just kind of fits in with that sort of crowd. With like, do you consider it a dessert beer?
Oh yeah, but not overly sweet. Sweet enough. There's still a little bit of kick at the end, but it's not boozy. Doesn't sweet. Sticking to my lips though. It's sweet. But it's not. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Definitely pretty solid. It is what it's saying it is. So cheers. I am impressed with that one. Not with the nose though. The nose.
Yeah. But maybe it might be something where maybe that the nose part is a little bit where it has to be fresher. I don't know. Maybe that's the case because
this is less than 2 months old though, so this is actually see, when other people buy me beer, they do better than me. See that?
Yeah, I heard that your lady got you that, and I was like, that was good pickup. You get a couple of Well Works in there. That's great.
Absolutely. Again, sometimes going in, she doesn't know anything about beer, So sometimes going in blind is better than going in with the knowledge.
Yeah, just be like that, and that.
Well, you can tell I don't even look for fucking dates. I don't even care until I'm on the show. Oh, this sucks. Why is it? Oh, dumbass. Anyway. Wow. How did that happen?
That's still there.
Right. But like, say, remember, this whole show started. We used to talk about how we used to make fun. You used to make fun of yourself, and we used to laugh about, how you just pick up beers because of the labels. And how, you saw a label and you're like, I don't care. I don't care what style. I don't care. I like the label.
Yeah,
that's me. Like
I don't generally like that style, but that's a cool ass label. I want to try that. So yeah.
I'm just random bullshit. So like, you see where it gets me. So so we're sharing that last one, didn't we, Doug? I saw you. This is going back and forth over there, isn't it?
Yeah. I had to pour a little bit in a glass for Jill so that she could have some of her own because she liked that so much.
I never heard of that brewery, but we need to know more about it.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna definitely get some more of their stuff. So definitely, I'm gonna get 2 of these because one I want to sell her and one I want to share with you because it's so good. And then I'll see what else they have by them, and I'll grab some of their other stuff too.
Yeah, I'm coming your way this spring for sure, at least once, if not twice. Hopefully twice, barring jury thing. But if not, man, I'm gonna bring you some Blair. Ooh.
Yes. So the other thing is a friend of mine from work who has family in Wisconsin is giving me some Wisconsin beer next week. So I might have some Wisconsin stuff to have on the show.
Oh.
Yeah, how about that? A lot of New Glarus stuff because you can't get that anywhere else. But maybe some MKE. I don't know. We'll see.
Yes, or I don't know. Let's see. Maybe some Central Waters. That's really.
And I would
some Central Waters.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. I have not seen a lot of theirs.
You shouldn't, because it shouldn't get far from here.
I'd like them to be able to go, hey, can you have your family go pick up some Dangerous Man beer and bring that over here? That would be awesome.
There you go, man. You're starting to know the Midwest names, man. I'm rubbing off on you.
I guess. I don't have as many breweries around where I am that I can be like, hey, remember this? There's some I'm definitely gonna be taking you to though. It's gonna be fun.
So I don't want to put you on the spot live, but I guess I'm gonna put you on the spot live. You can say no, it's cool. Can we talk about your latest acknowledgement in writing?
We can. Because
we don't have to. No, we don't have to.
I'm
people can find out now through I just said all that. So we don't have to go further.
I'm gonna preface this by saying that I am really, really not great at self-promotion and receiving praise.
Okay.
It's a problem, and I know it's a problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
In a Dad 2.0 community,
I can do it if you want.
What's that?
I can do it if you want.
Yeah, why don't you? Because I'm going to stomach it.
Doug, now it's time for our sponsor.
Okay. You can be the sponsor. Oh, wait. I'll do it.
So, long story shorter, anybody who follows us at any given time knows that Doug and I met at Dad 2.0. Dad 2.0 is a dad blogging conference where they get dads together and they get people who are shaking bloggers together and they get brands together and all the bloggers come together and we all meet and we have fun and we collaborate on things. Hopefully we build on each other. There's a group, a Facebook group that has 1,000 dad bloggers. A lot of them are in there. So we have dad bloggers and you have a lot of dads who obviously write about that stuff. So part of Dad 2.0 is that they had a Dad 2.0 spotlight where they bring in the bloggers and they read a piece about, they read these really intense, wonderful pieces about fatherhood. Long story short, Doug got one of the top 10 of the decade pieces from Dad 2.0. Fantastic piece. You can look it up through any of the sources that we're talking about, and I'm probably going to tweet it out and post it out this weekend. Fantastic. I'm just proud of my partner. I'm proud of his work. This is how I found him, and he's a great dad, and he's great sport. Check it out. Love it. Next, Doug, what's your next beer?
All right. So the last one is an interesting one because in the Christmas holiday realm, one of the more sought after beers is Black Note Stout from Bell's.
Yes.
So I wasn't able to find that.
Aw.
But what I did find was the vanilla Black Note Stout variant.
Okay.
I couldn't find the regular one, but I could find the variant. So go figure that out.
Okay.
So this is their 2019. Obviously, they just put this out. This is not as, I'm going to say not as big as the other one. The other one was 14. That's ridiculous. This is 11.3% ABV. So vanilla aged stout and bourbon, vanilla stout aged in bourbon barrels. Bell's, I have gotten a lot of their stuff of late because they did that Leaves of Grass series, which is all literary based,
Right.
To a Locomotive in Winter,
Right.
Captain, Oh My Captain, like, because I'm a nerd and I like reading and I like writing. This is not that, but I'm had the Black Note Stout once. I stumbled into it and it was just awesome. But this I've never seen. So it's their variant, one of their variants this year. So let's open it up and see how this
I
is.
can imagine you stumbling into one note stout and being like, bazinga!
Yeah. Well, so before I even open this, I'm gonna say this. When I was at the place, they had bourbon barrels, Goose Island bourbon barrel county stout, Bourbon County barrel stout, whatever. So, and then I was like, oh yeah, I had that. And then they had a coffee variant. I was like, great. And I go into the register and I'm like, and they ring it up and it's $25. I said, you can take that right off my list because I'm not drinking that. Like, it's a 12-ounce bottle for $25. I'm like, no, thank you. Sorry. Could you take that off? He's like, yeah, no problem. And it was their last one, but I'm like, I'm not paying $25 for a 12-ounce beer.
No.
So
it's like $5 for like an ounce or something. No, that's
so this smells very boozy and very vanilla. So they have the vanilla and the booze notes right on your face, and it's really, really good smell. Like the aromatics out of that are really good. So let's. Oh my God, that pours like motor oil.
Tico, yeah.
Look at that, man. Ooh. Now my glass is a little dirty, so I apologize, but that poured out so thick. Goodness. And the head's like that. It's dark brown. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's that real. So again, the vanilla and the bourbon smell are like really on top of it.
I need to have more of that beer though. Okay, so where we're at.
So the vanilla is not as pronounced in the taste. The bourbon is really forward. It's very boozy, but the stout notes come in at the end.
Okay. So
it's wee bit of vanilla, booze, and then stout. Like it's this. That's how that works for me.
Okay, so
it's
not
really
too
good.
Sweet. Not too sweet.
Not as sweet as the last one. The last one, because of the chocolate, was just like really sweet. Right. This is not as sweet. It's definitely way more in the boozy end. Okay. Vanilla to me is not a sweet flavor in beer. It's a good note. I mean, you can get a lot of vanilla in there, and vanilla can be really pronounced in things. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely more boozy and stouty than it is sweet by any notion.
Wow. Again, brewers are killing it, man, because again, to me, if you put in too much vanilla, it can add to that sweetness. You know what I'm saying? And brewers are being way more. What's the word I'm looking for? They're being smarter about the use of vanilla.
Yeah, and vanilla is a really good flavor if you can find a way to utilize it really well. Mm-hmm. And it gets kind of a bad. Vanilla. No, vanilla is not bland. Vanilla can have a lot of flavor.
Right. And I don't know, in the wrong setting though, vanilla can be very. Again, if mixed the wrong way, it could add to an oversweet
and be really off-putting. Yeah.
Right.
This is definitely not that. It's more of a soft note in the background than it is anything else. It's more present on the nose than it is in the actual beer.
So one I think me and you should try to get is from Bell's. Do you see Hop Slam around?
Hop Slam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen that around. Yeah.
Now, if you can get a can, it'd be nice if we could do a taster. You're probably going to absolutely. Well, I'm not saying. Well, you've had Hop Slam, right? That's a super hoppy, idiotic.
I had Hop Slam, freaking.
It's idiotic.
Years ago, been years and years, and so my palate back then was like, yuck.
No.
Give me all the dark stuff. And like
Right,
I've been that way for most of my craft beer drinking life has been that. But through this show, I've actually been able to like really appreciate things like Gosas and wit beers and like doing stuff like and pale ales. So I've been able to actually branch out a little more than what I would normally do. So I'll give the Hop Slam a try.
We should do a Hop Slam show. I like to see where your palate is. I still don't think it's going to be your thing, but I think it's going to be less off-putting than you than if we would have done it like show one. And I think you would have spit it out.
I'd be like,
they put like 400 pounds of freaking hops in it, and that's not even an exaggeration. That's not even an exaggeration. Like,
really?
When we get it, we'll do the research. We'll talk about it. But they put an obnoxious amount of hops in that beer. Like it is.
The IBU, we gotta figure out what the IBUs
like,
are.
Yeah. And like it's just one of those where like they are trying to be obnoxious about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then like the whole obnoxious IPA thing. Like that's where it kind of starts, in my opinion. So I love it. Actually, I absolutely love it. I just love the novelty of it. It's like, to me, Hop Slam is like this Neapolitan, a Neapolitan beer, you know what I mean, ice cream beer, or it's just the novelty of it.
It's a novelty and it's like an experience.
Yeah, like we've been seeing in our group Sam Adams Utopia. Have you ever had that one? I've seen
a few of those. I've been surprised.
Yeah. Have you had that one?
I have not had any of those.
Like I put in the group, someone posted it yesterday, and he said one of my friends sent it to me, and then they were talking about, he opened it and he sent it to me. Is it good or whatever? And then people were just talking about it. But the point that I got out of it is that it's being widely distributed more. Sam Adams is making more of it, and they're putting more of it out there, and I think it's fantastic because it's a fun brew, and I like it. I've had it a couple times. It's something that everybody should have once for sure. I don't know if you should pay $200 a bottle though for it. But
I think that's got to be something that you have, and like, all right, everybody, let's either let everybody just chip in or somebody brings it and you have a sample. Like I
was gonna say we go to the GABF and we can have it there.
Yeah, at some point I'm going to. The problem GBF is going to be a tough haul with all the other things we're doing this year, but
sure. But my point is that could be a thing when you get there. They have it every year. Sam has it there every year, so it's one of those things that you can just go to GBF and get. You don't even have to like worry about it. But I don't know. And it's coming around. To me, it's going to be like when I'm bringing it up again, but when KKKKKBS used to be the thing. Remember, everybody used to like go get it and all this shit. Now it's like nobody cares. So I think Utopia is going to be like, wait, we're like, it's just going to like. And then one day you'll be like, oh, I had Utopia. Who cares?
What's going to be interesting is because of the price point of what that is.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to keep the price point the same and make more of it? If it's going to, I'm going to be intrigued to see if maybe they lower it a little and the price.
I'm with you, but they shouldn't lower it. Fuck that. Is where I'm at.
That might be something like, oh, I got a bonus at work, so I'll buy this $200 bottle. Like right. I balked at a $25 bottle of beer today, so like.
Well, there you go. But they say it's more like hard. Like you have to look at it more like a $200 bottle of scotch than you look at a beer, because
I don't think I've ever bought a $200 of scotch, and I've had plenty of scotch in my life.
I've gotten, I don't know, we almost spent $100.
I did have a dram of 25-year scotch when I was in Scotland, but that was like a 1 ounce pour. I didn't buy a bottle of it. A bottle of 25-year scotch will put you back $500-600. So.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah. So anyway, what are you drinking? I heard you open it up, and it was a nitro, so you got to get at it.
Nitro. Yeah, but real quick on Utopias though, like it literally drinks like a heart. They say it drinks like a liquor, so like you don't drink it like a beer, meaning you just pour a couple shots.
Like, here's a little, and let's.
Yeah. Which is again, it's so is that a beer then? Whatever. Anyway, so nitro. Hey, maybe one day we'll have it on the show. Nitro chocolate milkshake. Somebody sent me from somewhere back.
I'm gonna tell you, our friend Rita thought that was one of her favorite beers of the year too.
Our friend Rita Trionis, the certified Cicerone. Well, that says a lot, y'all.
I am really looking forward to seeing.
Our lady friend knows what she's talking about. So
look at that, Flores, baby.
Our lady friend knows what she's talking about. So yeah, this is a year in review. my first year. This is my first year I've ever been to a Southern Tier hookup there in Cleveland. It was fantastic. The food was good, but having all those diabetes stouts there was nice. I thought, was this one of the ones I had? But look at that, man. Look at that. So beautiful. So nose chocolate. Creamy, smooth, chocolatey. This is a upgraded version of this.
It's upgraded by several levels in my.
But this old Madura gave me the kind of the same feel without the nitro and stuff of this beer with the chocolate notes. Big chocolate, but it's smoothed out by the wonderful nitro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a dessert beer. This could be had all year round, right? I mean, we could do this all year round.
Sure, it's honestly, if you had it nice and cold and you had it in the summer, it would be like a chocolate milkshake, literally.
Right. It's not. I'm not feeling the heaviness in this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
you had that stout you had earlier is probably heavier than this one.
Yeah, the other one I had was, I don't know, it was heavy, not heavier, it was thicker.
Thicker, yeah. I'm sorry.
That makes it better.
That's what I mean by heavy. Yep. Like thicker, like like chewy. Well, then is one of you said it was chewy. This one I think said it was chewy. Not chewy.
No, smooth and nice. Yeah. It blends really well.
I don't want to say light, but light, kind of. It's interesting, man. I like this one. Not too sweet either. Not too sweet, so it's not. I think diabetes stout place, Southern Tier. I think they do a really good job of like being sweet but not being overly sweet. Not being sweet too. It's a put off, or because again, a lot of these you get up there and it gets so sweet, it just gets overpowering. And because you're a big stout drinker, and you know how the sweetness, that line is just like, it's such a fine line.
Where it's overly so, and Southern Tier does a phenomenal job of balancing that line, where they're literally right up to it, and you're just like, if that was a little more, like for instance, like I will say one that they made was cinnamon roll. I thought that thing was like way
too
over
sweet.
the line. It was too sweet.
Right.
Like, okay, I get it's a cinnamon roll, so I get what you were trying to do. But it was just beyond what like I said, I can drink a creme brulee. I can drink this chocolate milkshake. They have a couple others that are nitro ones this year that are really great. That I'd really like to try that I haven't seen, but I really, really enjoyed that one that you had.
Really good, really good. And this is done. This is the last house. Two pours, and could this get into the shower?
Fuck yeah, it can.
Okay.
Like having a milkshake in the shower, dude. That'd be great.
All right. See, I don't know. See, again, the shower beer thing, I don't know. And then you've introduced the shower thing to me, but the shower thing always kind of combines with, I always think about like lawnmower beers. And they kind of like
generally speaking, those are kind of one and the same.
Okay. So I'm right there. Okay, cool.
So you could say if it's a lawnmower beer, it is most likely a shower beer.
Gotcha.
But there are shower beers that are definitely not lawnmower beers.
Like
that's not something you'd have. But if you had a nice hot shower and you're in there with be like having like a cold hot cocoa in the fucking shower. You know what I mean? It's
okay.
Yeah.
I need to do one of these shower beers, man. This is never in my mind. I got to do it though.
I will suggest one that I think I've had on the show. I'm not sure if I had it. And it's from Bell's. They have one called Poolside Ale.
Let me go look this one up.
Poolside Ale. Okay. Poolside Ale is really crisp. Made with cherries, but it's like the cherries are very mild. It is not like Mad Elf. It's not like here's cherries. It's like the cherries. It's Michigan cherries, but very light, and it's a crisp Pilsner, if I remember right.
Pool time. Yep.
Pool time ale. And that is superb in the shower or after mowing the lawn. Like both of the, like, it's just crisp and yummy and like cold and just like, yeah, that to me is the consummate lawnmower shower ale if you're going to combine them.
Well, where's McKeever? I wonder if he's going to be bitching about the cherries in this.
No, I bet you dimes to dollars he would drink that and not think it's bad.
Yeah, and he's not. Again, he's not a cherry beer hater though. He's not. It's
No,
nuanced with him. I know it is. I just make fun of him though. I do want to make fun of him though.
But it's one of those things where I would be like, here, try this beer. And if you didn't tell him cherries were in it, he might not even notice they're in there.
Gotcha.
Like it's like you see the color. The cherries give it a little bit of a darker color. And it's just a really mild line of cherry. It's just this little hint of tartness. It's not sweet. And it's not medicinal. It's just this little line of it inside this Pilsner. It's like there's another one I had this past year that I hope they make again from Rogue. That was a strawberry rhubarb ale, and it was so fucking good. And I hope they make more of it because I bought, I think, 2 6-packs of that because like when it was hot, it was just awesome.
Rogue,
yeah, Rogue, which most of us have our issues with Rogues in their beer. So it was my gateway into craft because of Dead Guy Ale. But other than that, I haven't had a whole lot of theirs that I really like. I don't mind their Santa's Private Reserve. That is it. Rhubarb, schmoobarb. That thing is fucking great. So anybody who's looking for a beer that's a little tart and crisp, especially in the summer, I would completely recommend that. And to be quite honest, for me, one of my favorite pies, and I am pie over cake all day long. You might like cake. I do not. I like pie.
You don't like cake at all?
I like cake a little. And if anybody has cake, you know what I have? I have a square that's like this big, and I'm like, right. But pie, I could eat half of a pie. So the thing is, like, strawberry rhubarb is one of my favorite pies. That and key lime pie. So like that's like right up my fucking alley. I'm like,
so this tastes like strawberry rhubarb in a glass.
Well, here's the thing: strawberry rhubarb pie is generally more heavy on the strawberry because they want to accentuate the sweetness and they put sugar in it. This is not like that. This is a little bit of sweetness of the strawberry, but the tart of the rhubarb, and this is really great.
Boom.
So I'm going to tell you, that is one I would highly recommend to try.
But that's a shower beer, just what you said.
For sure. And it's definitely a lawnmower beer too.
Right.
It splits the balance perfectly. Like I said, like for instance, I like Langenkugel's Summer Shandy. I know you're not generally a fan of that one, but as a lawnmower beer, great. As a shower beer, not so much. I don't know why. I've had it in the shower, but like it's much better as a lawnmower.
Right. I just love the definition of shower beer. Like it takes a while to get you to understand. Like
the thing, it's like anything else. There's not like my definition of what a shower beer is fucking way different than what yours is.
Right.
Everybody has their own thing.
So full circle, brown water porter. Everybody has a different view of that.
Fair point.
Cheers. So I believe we're done, right, Doug?
Yeah, I had all 3 of mine.
Yeah, you need to go over those because you had an eclectic bunch there.
Well, the thing was, it's not as eclectic as you think because I had a porter and 2 stouts, but like it seems like they were kind of all over the place because of the combinations.
Right.
So trying to figure. I know who the winner is. I just don't know what the other 2 are as far as like where they rank. So I'm gonna say. The Fiddlehead was probably barely my least favorite. And I'm not saying it's least as in it sucks. It's not. It's good. It was pretty good. And it was interesting because of having, here we have chocolate, vanilla, toasted coconut porter. And it had all those elements. I just thought it could have been maybe blended a little better. I don't know.
Well, in another week, it might have been number 1.
It could have been. Absolutely.
Right.
The second was my
I want to try this one.
Black Note Stout. I can get another one of these for you. So
yeah, I want to try that one.
Yeah, this is good. It was really good. Boozy, vanilla, both of them in there. Vanilla was not killer, but you definitely get the boozy and the stout notes on it way more. Excuse me, the vanilla was kind of more background. And this was just my winner. It just was, I really was surprised just how good this was. Especially at 14%, doesn't drink like 14% at all.
Right.
Um,
I'm intrigued by the brewery.
Like it's the chocolate flavors was like smooth, velvety chocolate. Like it was really, really good. And then you had the whiskey notes from the Space Side barrels it's aged in. I got very little of the vanilla and the chocolate that they talked about. I mean, a little bit more of the chocolate vanilla. I don't think I even tasted, but this was really, really good. Did not drink anywhere near like it was a 14% beer. That's dangerous. That's how good it was. But this, for me, was the winner. It was a winner so much that I handed half of this to my wife, who drank it while I was on the show. So,
right, amazing. So,
it's yours, man.
Medora is even when it's fresh, it's really good. You know what you're getting out of it. I don't want to use the word ordinary. I will use the word, I don't know. It's just a great go-to. It's just something that
it's a standard.
Standard. Again, for people who like brown ales, you can find it almost anywhere. Again, unless you wait like 600 years to drink it, it's gonna be pretty good, and it's gonna be like balanced and all
for
that.
a year.
Right, right. So yeah, this is again, if brown ales your style, grab it, look for it. Cigar Cities is fantastic. It's one of my hot to-dos. You got to get there at some point. People scream, have you ever been to Cigar City? It's one of those that people scream about all the time. You ever been to Cigar City? Another one I've never been to, people scream about, it's Wild Works. Peanut butter cup, pretty damn good. Reminds me of one of my favorite peanut butter beers, Dangerous Man. It's really.
You said the aromatics weren't quite what you were hoping for, though.
No, but everything else was great with this one, and I'm just nitpicking. I really like. To me, I would smell. If I had to give up drinking beer, I couldn't give up smelling beer because I just love the smell and the aroma and what brewers are doing. But where this one here really, in my opinion, kind of separated itself is that it drinks a lot like my Dangerous Man peanut butter porter, and I know it's a stout, but it's 9.7. And the peanut butter porter is like 4 or 5 or something like that, or 5. You know what I mean? It's
but
not.
It drinks like a porter. Then that's
kind
of interesting in that's like almost double the ABV, and it drinks that same.
Right. And that's what. So, if you're in the big ABVs, or you want one that's going to hit you real quick, it's great. And then third is, certainly not least, certainly the best one is this one. It's just great. It's just smooth. The nitro, the balance, not too sweet. What's the ABV on this one? Do you remember?
Oh, it's 10.
10. Yes, you remember it. 10 exactly.
Oh, I remember it because it doesn't drink that way.
It doesn't. It drinks like again, whatever they're doing here, whether it's the nitro, the sweetness. There's some roast here, but the roast is, in my opinion, overwhelmed by the chocolate.
Oh, absolutely.
Not in a bad way. Again, it's supposed to be a chocolate milkshake. So, and then there's lactose in it, but it's not, for me, it's not over lactose-y. It's not, I don't know. It's just well done.
Yeah. And the thing is with lactose, that can really make it like almost cloyingly sweet if you overdo it, to me. I don't know if you see it that way. If you get lactose in there, it's like, if I'm having a chocolate milk stout or a coffee milk stout or a milk stout or whatever, and you just overdo the lactose, it's like there's like a really cloyingness to it that I don't dig. So you have to really be careful with it. And I think they balance that shit out super well.
Super well. Again, you can tell that this isn't I love saying this isn't their first rodeo. No. They have been doing this for a long ass time, and they almost do it better than anybody else, which is, again, these nitro, quote unquote, everybody calls them diabetes stouts. Again, Southern Tier's got it down. I mean, they're just.
I'm going to tell you, their high gravity stuff just really blows me away. They do a series of their Backwater series, which is like Warlock is part of that. And so their Backwater series, not the regular Warlock, but like they do a whole backwater series. They also do a series of ones where they make it like that tastes like cocktails, like a Manhattan and an old fashioned.
Mm.
Like those are really interesting. I don't think they're great, but they're willing to kind of roll the dice on shit you wouldn't see.
Mm-hmm.
They also did like these canned versions like gin and tonics and stuff like that. And so,
you got keep going.
Like, I think
Yeah.
the high gravity stuff. Now,
Let me...
initially, before I got into Southern Tier, the one that I always thought was kind of like the premier high gravity one was the Duck Rabbit out of North Carolina.
Yes.
Because they make stouts, port, everything's just fucking high gravity, and everything is dark and roasty and delicious. Yeah, I think Southern Tier blows them out of the water from that kind of stuff.
Duckbill only does stouts and porters.
Yeah, they don't do anything else.
Yep.
Now, whereas, Southern Tier will do IPAs, they do double IPAs, they do a lot of different stuff. So, again, I haven't had a whole lot of their stuff outside of that. Like, I mean, you see IPAs, New Juice supposedly is great. The hot cocoa one I have not found, and I am really trying to find that one. I looked for that today. See how it's a Blackwater series? I think this is all the hot cocoa, like that's all the nitro ones.
Chocolate milkshake, right? I'm looking. Oh, I didn't. That's interesting.
Cherry Crush. I haven't seen that one yet.
That one. I'm looking for that one.
3. Whoa! Go back up. A 3 IPA. That's new.
I don't think you're gonna dig that, Doug. I don't know. Maybe you will.
I'm not going to drink that, but maybe you can have it.
Live session. Ooh, I love a
live session. Supposedly for people who are pale ale fans, is really great.
You guys' website's kind of not coming up good for me, but a hot cocoa. See, this makes me laugh because look, marshmallow flavors. So then
that's where they're differentiating from the one you just had.
Well, yep, that and vanilla beans and sea salt. This one is sea salt. I didn't see sea salt there. Yeah, I was looking for that one that pumpkin. This one.
That's the one you really like. I saw that and I didn't pick it up, and they don't have it where I normally go get beer, so I have to see if they'll make that again or find it somewhere else.
Well, it's funny because you're talking about how they do all the high gravity ones good, and then they started to come back and do some low gravity ones good. And this is one of the low gravities that I had that I enjoyed when I was there. I even took some home, so I like that one.
So let's go ahead and see what else they got going straight down. We got New Juice. New Juice supposedly is really good.
Yeah, this website. What you guys are? Come on now, you guys. This is not how it's supposed to look. Oh, what the hell is that? Okay, a rosé ale.
Yeah,
huh.
I'm not interested in that.
I'm not really, but I would try it. But I would never buy it.
I would try it. I would not buy it. I'm with you. Somebody had it and be like, give us a go. I'm like, sure, but I'm not gonna buy it.
Look at this ale with grape juice, raspberry flavor, and color with beet juice.
Okay. Wait, so beet juice, that might be interesting.
Warlock,
pumpkin nitro, which I had, which was good. The cold pressed coffee was decent. That is actually really kind of interesting because of the rum with the pumpkin thing.
Right.
Creme brulee, which is classic.
Never had that one.
Old Man Winter is a decent one.
There we go. Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Double milk, double smash. We saw that up there. Harvest, no idea. This one.
Yeah, that one was too sweet for me.
Look at that. That's not even a stout, too. That's a.
Yeah, it just was like. You would totally like that one.
This one?
Yes.
Mango crack with milk sugar.
Session sour.
Yeah.
And Matt's is one of their kind of flagship beers.
Yeah.
That big action you just saw. 2 Xmas I have in my fridge downstairs. I haven't opened it yet.
Year-round brews.
So we're going back. We're kind of regrouping back.
Yeah. I never had 8 days a week.
Yeah.
Last session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Boom, boom. So yeah, Doug, it's time we wrap it up here. Happy New Year. We will see you next week with next week we're gonna have our definitely wrap up our second part of our wrap up. We're gonna try to be getting another guest. Last we had 2 guests on. I'm gonna try to get some more guests on that came from last year. See if we can get somebody on to talk about it. But I'm gonna have some trivia next week. You have anything else back there? I'm still gonna finish my.
I got this left just because all my beers were like, well, other than the first one, which was a porter,
Right.
that one was 5.5, but I had a 14. This is an 11.5 almost. So
You guys are done with that 14. Are we done with that?
Well, again, I had to split that with someone else who was sitting over on the couch.
So it's done. You guys have.
That one's fine. So, but like I said, I'm going to be picking more of that up because
That's
I want to cellar that, and I want to see how the hell it cellars, and I want to have one to share with you because I think you'd really fucking dig that.
It's absolutely the most intriguing, especially now that we've both had this, and this is pretty good. So, Doug, we'll see you next week. Happy New Year, y'all. Cheers.
Happy New Year. Oh.